Why higher income won't save you from financial struggle. The income trap. You got the raise, you switched jobs, the salary doubled, and yet somehow the pressure is still there. The bills keep coming. The savings account stays flat. You look at the numbers and think, where is it all going? You were supposed to breathe easier by now, but the weight never lifted, because earning more was never the real problem. Most people spend their entire lives chasing higher income, believing that the next paycheck, the next promotion, the next side hustle will finally be the one that changes everything. And it never is. The truth is uncomfortable but undeniable. Earning more money without changing how you relate to it is like pouring water into a bucket with holes. It doesn't matter how much you pour, the result stays the same, empty. The pattern is painfully predictable. A person earns $2,000 a month and struggles. Then they earn $4,000 and still struggle. Then 6, then 10. The income rises, but the lifestyle rises faster. New apartment, better car, more expensive clothes, higher expectations, better restaurants, more trips, more stuff. The bills grow, the commitments expand, and suddenly, the person making $10,000 a month feels the exact same financial suffocation they felt when they earned 2. Because the real issue was never how much was coming in. It was what was happening inside their head every time money touched their hands. This is what most people refuse to accept. They want to believe the problem is external, that it's about not having enough, that it's about the job, the economy, the government, the system. And yes, systemic issues exist, but when someone consistently earns more and consistently ends up broke, that's not a system problem anymore. That's a behavior problem, a belief problem, a relationship problem with money itself. The core mistake is treating income as the solution when it's actually just fuel. Fuel doesn't decide where you go, it just powers the vehicle. If you're driving in circles, more fuel won't fix that. You need direction, you need structure. You need to understand that money is not the answer to financial problems. Decision-making is, control is, awareness is. These are the things that actually determine whether your income works for you or just passes through your life without leaving a trace. What happens psychologically is fascinating and tragic at the same time. When someone earns more, their brain immediately adjusts expectations. This is called lifestyle inflation. It's not greed, it's not stupidity, it's human nature. Your brain wants to match your lifestyle to your income level. If you earn more, you unconsciously feel entitled to spend more. You start believing that certain things are now appropriate for your income bracket, and you begin consuming accordingly. The cycle repeats endlessly. Every raise triggers a new level of spending. Every bonus disappears into something you convinced yourself you needed. And because this happens gradually, you don't even notice it. You just wake up one day earning 3 times what you used to, yet still living paycheck to paycheck. The dangerous part is the justification. People tell themselves they deserve it. After all, they worked hard, they earned this money, they should enjoy it. And enjoyment becomes the trap, because enjoyment without boundaries becomes destruction. Spending without intention becomes chaos. And when you live like that, you're not actually enjoying your money. You're being controlled by it. You're working to feed a lifestyle that demands more and more, leaving you with nothing but stress and the constant need to keep earning just to stay afloat. This is why so many high-income earners are secretly drowning. Doctors, lawyers, engineers, people making 6 figures who can't afford to miss a single paycheck, who have no emergency fund, who are one unexpected expense away from crisis. Because their expenses rose to meet their income and sometimes exceeded it. They're trapped in what looks like success but feels like survival. And they can't talk about it because admitting financial struggle when you earn that much feels like failure. So they stay silent, they keep pretending, and they keep repeating the same patterns that got them there. Let's be clear about what doesn't work. Getting a second job won't fix this. Side hustles won't fix this. Winning the lottery won't fix this. Because more income without more discipline just means more money to mismanage. It means faster destruction. It means bigger mistakes. There's a reason so many lottery winners end up broke within a few years. They didn't suddenly become bad people. They just had no foundation, no structure, no understanding of how to handle money. And when you hand someone a fortune without that foundation, the money doesn't save them. It accelerates their collapse. The belief that needs to die is this one: if I just made more, everything would be fine. No, it wouldn't, because you'd still be you. You'd still make the same decisions. You'd still have the same habits. You'd still operate from the same financial mindset. And that mindset is what's broken. Not your income, not your opportunities, your relationship with money, your inability to delay gratification, your need to signal status, your addiction to comfort, your refusal to plan, your avoidance of confronting reality. These are the actual problems. And they don't go away just because your paycheck gets bigger. What actually works is completely different. It's not about earning more. It's about controlling what you already have. It's about creating a gap between income and expenses and protecting that gap like your life depends on it. Because it does. That gap is your freedom. That gap is your security. That gap is the difference between being at the mercy of your circumstances and being in control of your future. And you don't need a bigger income to create it. You need awareness, discipline, and a willingness to live below your means, even when you could afford to live above them. This is the shift that changes everything. When you stop seeing money as something to spend and start seeing it as something to allocate. When you stop reacting to income and start directing it. When you stop letting your lifestyle expand automatically and start making deliberate choices about what truly matters. That's when your financial life transforms, not because you earned more, but because you finally learned how to manage what you have. The first step is brutal honesty. Look at your spending, not what you think you spend, not what you wish you spent, what you actually spend. Track it, write it down, face it without excuses. Most people avoid this because they know what they'll find: waste, impulse, unconscious consumption. Purchases that seemed important in the moment but contributed nothing to actual well-being. This awareness alone changes behavior, because once you see where your money is really going, you can't unsee it, and you start making different choices. The second step is defining what enough means for you, not for society, not for your parents, not for your co-workers, for you. What does a good life actually require? What brings real satisfaction? What purchases have lasting value? What expenses could disappear tomorrow without affecting your quality of life? Most people never ask these questions. They just consume based on what feels normal. And normal is designed to keep you broke. Normal is determined by marketers, influencers, and people who profit from your spending. Normal is a trap. You need to define your own version of enough and live there, regardless of what you earn. The third step is building structure, budget, savings, automatic transfers, percentages allocated to different categories. This isn't restriction, this is freedom. Because when you have structure, you stop worrying. You stop guessing. You stop making financial decisions based on emotion. You know what you can spend. You know what you're saving. You know where you stand. And that clarity removes the anxiety that comes from living in financial chaos. The truth that nobody wants to hear is this: most people will never be wealthy, not because they don't earn enough, but because they refuse to change how they think about money. They keep believing that the next raise will fix everything, that the next opportunity will save them. That external circumstances are the problem, and they die waiting for the world to change instead of changing themselves. Money doesn't care how hard you work. It doesn't care how much you earn. It doesn't care about your intentions. It only responds to your decisions, to your habits, to your discipline. If you spend everything you earn, you'll always be broke. If you live for today without thinking about tomorrow, you'll arrive at tomorrow with nothing. If you use credit to live beyond your means, you'll spend years paying for a lifestyle you can't even remember enjoying. This isn't about deprivation, it's about control. It's about deciding that you matter more than the things you buy, that your future matters more than impressing people today, that financial peace matters more than status. These are hard choices, but they're the only choices that lead somewhere real. You don't need more income, you need more discipline, you don't need better opportunities, you need better decisions. You don't need luck, you need structure. And once you accept that, everything changes. Not overnight, not magically, but gradually, consistently, inevitably. Because when you finally stop chasing more and start managing what you have, you break the cycle. You step off the treadmill, you take control. Mind of value exists because most people are walking blind through their financial lives, and someone needs to say it clearly. This is that place. The question isn't whether you can earn more. The question is whether you're ready to stop wasting what you already have, because until you answer that honestly, no amount of income will ever be enough.